health issues in my family, etc. So share with you. Let's read it together, shall we? Oh, technical issues still. But let's go. Can seem impossible to ignore. They were less likely to consciously notice negative spoken words than neutral ones. Wow. The findings offer new insight into how the brain determines which information enters conscious awareness. Hello? Hello? Oh no, technical issues again. I suppose you're hearing the music and my voice again. Now, where was I? The findings offer new insight into how the brain determines which information enters conscious awareness and which remains outside it. This study is a nice example of how our conscious intuitions regarding what we notice are not always what our unconscious is doing, said lead author Gal R. Chen. Chen? In Jerusalem? A doctoral candidate in psychology at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Didn't Israel sold information about fighter jets to China? I think so, but I'm not sure. So, pure speculation. I hope you're hearing me. I'm not hearing the music. I hope you're enjoying it. It's too loud? I'm sorry. Although much of the brain's processing occurs outside of conscious awareness. Yes, scientists, like 95% of brain activity, scientists know little about how information is selected to enter consciousness, particularly in hearing. Insights into this process could explain how non-conscious information might influence an individual's thoughts, feelings, and behavior, and I would add, and chemical reactions in their body. Much of what scientists know about non-conscious processing comes from studies of vision, in which researchers briefly flash images that participants are unable to consciously report seeing. Speech, however, presents a different challenge because spoken words, unlike images, cannot be delivered in a split second. Oh, very interesting. Researchers have therefore struggled to determine how much information the brain can process from spoken language before a person becomes aware of it. Especially now in this era of talking to chatbots. Chen and his colleagues set out to examine whether the emotional meaning of spoken words influences their chances of reaching awareness when people are focused on another task. In the study, 101 Hebrew-speaking adults were instructed to identify whether a figurine on a screen was identical to the one before it while listening to a stream of meaningless pseudo-words. Okay, they are doing the visual task, but listening for something not very intelligible. Occasionally, a real Hebrew word, either emotionally negative. It's all an art to design an experiment. I really like the design of the experiments. I hope I can come with one idea one day. We assumed initially that people would notice the negative stuff more because that is our conscious intuition, Chen said. There is a lot of data showing that when you see or hear something negative, you slow down or make more mistakes. Instead, the opposite happened. Participants were more likely to notice the neutral words over the negative words. We thought it was a mistake, Chen said. So we repeated the study while adding new words. The results gave us the same trend. People notice negative words less. What a nice filter we have in our beloved unconscious mind, of course. The effect persisted when the researchers repeated the experiment with the same visual task, but a larger set of words. Very interesting variation. To examine whether the observation was specific to conditions of high effort, the researchers conducted the experiment again, but this time replaced the demanding visual task with a much easier one. Again, participants were more likely to notice neutral words over negative ones. One possible explanation for this observation, the researchers said, is that consciously experiencing negative information is costly, and the cognitive system sometimes opt not to pay this price. Yes, economic energy, the economy of energy in the brain. That's always the answer. That's why the brain is so efficient in comparison to, I don't know, data centers or something like that. It may be the default of the unconscious mind to suppress information that may be harmful to us, Chen said. If your primary task is to talk to me, random words popping up are not helpful. And if these words slow you down, the default unconscious bias might be, don't bring them around. That makes a lot of sense. The findings may offer a new avenue for studying mental health conditions. Chen speculates the future research could investigate whether the same unconscious filtering process operates. Chen speculates the future research could investigate whether the same unconscious filtering process operates differently in people with anxiety disorders, phobia, or post-traumatic stress disorder. Oh, cool. The normal population notices negative words less often compared to neutral words, Chen said. In a clinical population, they might not have this selection bias. In a clinical population, they might not have this selection bias. In other words, okay, that is not functioning well in people with clinical conditions, in the psychological realm, at least, I think. Let's continue. If you think of the unconscious as a gatekeeper, guardian, yes, as guarding us, against things that may harm us or influence our decisions, you might ask what happens if the gatekeeper screw up, he added. Yes, reflex is an unconscious process that can save our lives, so we are good there. Chen noted that this study has limitations. For example, it examined single words rather than conversations or natural speech. That's true. And it did not test highly positive or taboo words, which could produce different results. He said that the future research could explore whether the same effects appear in sentences, stories, and more realistic listening environments. For now, he said, the findings suggest that the non-conscious mind may play a larger role in shaping our everyday experiences than we realize. Every day, we realize it more and more, I think. That's all, I think, yes. Key questions answered, yes. That's all the article. Very on point. Next one, if you're still listening to me, I want to share with you this one. I don't think, I believe it's true, but I can't believe it. So, maybe we can fact check this. How's the music doing? Going? I can't hear it, sorry. Okay, a mind-to-mind message inside a dream? What? A neurotechnology startup in Silicon Valley called REM Space has made a claim that sounds straight out of sci-fi movie, and it's catching the world's attention. The company says it has achieved already the first ever two-way communication between two people while both were dreaming lucidly. Dreaming lucidly? That's hard. According to their experiment, two volunteers were put to sleep under monitoring systems that tracked brain waves and eye movement while in a lucid dream. How do you know it's a lucid dream? A state where a person knows they're dreaming and can control it. Whoa! The first dreamer was given a random word through earbuds. The dreamer reportedly repeated the word inside the dream, reportedly, using a special dream language system developed by REM Space called Remio. Wow, that name sounds direct from Matrix? The second dreamer, also lucid, then received and confirmed the same word. Wow, all while still asleep. I wanna see videos, testimonies, please, not just text here in a post on X. No pictures, nothing? If accurate, this could represent a stunning leap in how we understand consciousness and the hidden capabilities of the human brain. The first capability I want to know how to achieve is control my actions in a dream and report to the lucid world. What? Do you know anyone that can do that? Please, write it in the comments. It suggests that structured information might actually travel between minds in the dream state, something previously confined to fantasy. REM Space's founder. Oh, so there's no connection, no cable, no nothing, no proximity? I don't know. I need pictures. Again. Michael Raduga believes this is only the beginning. His team, Michael Raduga, I have to fact check this later. Offline. And if I found something, I will share. Okay, this Michael Raduga believes this is only the beginning. His team imagines a future where people could connect, collaborate, or even heal psychological trauma directly through dreams. Such technology might someday help scientists explore memory, treat nightmares, or tap into a human creativity in ways never before possible. Of course, neuroscience and human experience. A picture of the real experiment. So how they expect to communicate it? Just a quantum phenomenon? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, since we have technical issues, I'm gonna stop here. That's all for today. Thank you very much for being here. And let's hope the technical issues disappear in the future, so we can make longer streams. I would like to be here at least 1 hour or 2. See you the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.